Let's get more on these projections from the Mullen Group, Canadian trucking and logistics giant. It came out with its 2026 outlook, targeting up to $2.4 billion in revenue in 2026, driven by acquisitions, improving freight demand, and infrastructure spending. We're joined by Murray Mullen, Chair and Senior Executive Officer. Murray, great to see you as ever. Thanks very much indeed.
Hi, Andrew.
We've heard this term freight recession over the past few years. It looked like there was too much trucking capacity, but you're seeing rising demand?
Well, we're seeing structurally a firming in the market. Andrew, I wouldn't say it's robust, but last year we did a couple acquisitions that are pretty strategic. And if you include a full year's projections and results from those, that will help bolster our results. And then we expect some firming in the economy, but most of the heavy lifting on that economy really needs to be driven off the back of public policy, which is, are we going to support nation building projects? Are we going to invest more in our resource center? And our government's going to continue to deficit finance in the absence of private capital investment. So we're making the assumption that it'll be okay, and we're going to have to work hard to generate the results. I make no bones about it to our people and to investors, is it won't be easy, but we set our goals lofty, and we got to strive for them. Because if you don't set your goals lofty, well, you'll achieve your goals.
If you don't set them lofty, if you go for mediocre goals, that's all you'll get. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think that's, as I say to you, that's just part of our strategy with all of our team. You remember, we got 8,500 people. I need everybody pulling hard every day, including the senior execs. And if we do that and we work with our customers, we watch all our costs. We got to manage costs. It's still a competitive world, Andrew. But that's our plan, and we're going to start off working really diligently towards that plan.
Can you remind us how much of your business is south of the border and how much is north of the border? And I guess I don't know how you would count cross-border traffic. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, most of it's, in Canada. However, we do have our U.S. 3PL segment, which is really U.S. logistics and customs brokerage that, we're gonna look at investing, because I'll be blunt with you, is that there is more growth potential in the U.S. than there is in Canada right now, just because of the amount of capital and the deficit spending that's going on in the U.S. So we got to have a position in the U.S., but we still think the majority of our business is still Canada, and it's structurally okay but competitive. But you got to hedge your bets in this market. It changes every day, as I heard you just talking about, and everybody knows it, is that it's kind of uncertain times. But our job is to see through that and say, okay, how are we going to position ourselves and our company? So
I was interested to see that you are investing in robotics for your warehouse operations. So is that a big part of your business? I always just think of you as a trucking company.
Well, warehousing is huge. It's a huge part of logistics, and it's part of the vertical chain that we say you got to help the customer, not just on the trucking side, Andrew. We're not just trucking. We provide logistics services, of which warehousing is an important element of that. And, we want to be able to provide a package service to our customers. If you look at all of the major industry players today, they provide a total solution to their customers. Think Amazon. Amazon has the technology, they have the logistics, the warehousing, they deliver the product. They can do just about everything for you. So that's an important part of our strategy too, which is being able to provide a one-stop shop for as many of our customers as we can.
What about getting hold of people, truck drivers? That has been a problem for the industry over the past few years. Is it still hard to find employees in some areas?
No, I don't know. Andrew, we don't have an issue finding drivers. When people talk about that issue, I think sometimes they confuse whether there's drivers or whether there's qualified drivers.
Okay.
And, this is a business. I don't know if you want to be putting unqualified people on the road.
No.
Some of our competitors choose to do it, but not us. So we high grade, and but I can tell you, we don't have a fundamental shortage of drivers in this country. That's not correct.
Okay.
We have to have more skills training, but I don't think we have a shortage of people.
Yeah, you reminded me, we have heard concerns about people going on the roads in trucks inadequately trained. Is there something of a problem with that in Canada as well as the States?
Don't know the exact number. I think that it's going to shrink if, this year, if some of the regulators follow through on what they're saying. But the ultimate objective is, how do you get safer drivers on the road for the general public? And we 100% support that initiative.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we could just put up a 5-year chart for your stock, ideally compared to the TSX composite. And I know you could say that's not the best comparative, but your shares have been moving up pretty sharply lately.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to take all the credit for that, but to be honest with you, we started from a pretty low position. Mm-hmm. And I think it goes back, and we have to go back to the previous 5 before that, is that we were predominantly a energy services company, and then I had to reposition and retool the company to be more diversified, because that's the way that public policy was going. It wasn't going all in on natural resources. So, we took a step back. It was tough grind, but we put ourselves in a pretty good position with some pretty good investing. And we invest in really good quality companies. We have 42 in our group right now. They're independently managed. And what we do is I invest in gems, what I call them. They're really good quality companies, and let the management teams run it. And that's our primary job. So we've invested in some pretty good companies over our long-term as a public company. It's been 30 plus years, so it didn't happen overnight. I can tell you that.
No, Murray, thank you very much indeed. Always great
Always a pleasure, Andrew.
Hearing
Thank
from
you.
Murray Mullen, Chair and Senior Executive Officer at Mullen Group.